'Cause I love this life. Yeah, it feels alright. And there's no reason to stop believing. 'Cause I love this life. And the future's bright. And there's no reason to fight this feeling. Yeah, I love this life. 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 I won't wait around for the curtain fall. Life is not a race, it's all one big show. I can see it now that the truth is told. Feels like letting go. 'Cause I love this life. Yeah, it feels alright. And there's no reason to stop believing. 'Cause I love this life. And the future's bright. And there's no reason to fight this feeling. Yeah, I love this life. Yeah, I love this life. Yeah, I love this life. Yeah, I love this life.
What is going on, guys? We are back for another live. We got Evan, we got Ethan. What's going on, guys? How are we?
What up?
How's the week been? Crazy? Is it raining over there in Texas, dude?
Dude, actually, yeah. I almost had to cancel my call the other day because I wasn't gonna know if our power was gonna go out or not. It was
Oh my
really
gosh.
bad. Was it? It was
Jeez.
2 days ago. Yeah, and then the middle of the night, the day before that, it was like. So I guess if it was bad for you guys, maybe that's what came this way. I don't know.
Yeah,
But
it was pretty crappy this morning as well. I'm getting
so
everybody.
then maybe
in
you
here-
got the backdraft of what I had. So I don't know.
Maybe, dude. I don't know. I'm getting everybody in here. We're live on Instagram over here, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, all the things over here, guys. We're doing another live Q&A, helping you scale your video business, going through all the best practices and tips to help you guys absolutely crush it. Yeah, we're going to kind of go over some things that we've seen as far as stuff we're working on with our clients. We've had over 652 clients at this point. Helping these video agencies scale, get more leads, get more clients. And honestly, I think the number one thing that holds a lot of people back is that lead flow, right? It's getting consistent leads, people who are interested in talking with them, right? I think a lot of people still maybe struggle on the sales side, but if they had more consistent leads or people to talk to, they could figure a lot of that stuff out. But I think a lot of times people hate sales as a creative because when they go into those meetings, they're like having to pitch themselves. And the client's like, tell me what you do. Tell me why you sell me on this, Evan. Like, why is this a good idea? And they're like, man, I freaking hate sales. And I would hate sales too, if that's how you do it. Right.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah. So I think a lot of people struggle with that. But when you have warm inbound leads, like people who are maybe clicking on an ad or like, coming into you, right? It's a lot easier to kind of stumble into those sales when you do that because you're not struggling and like, reaching out to people and be like, please buy my stuff, like buy it. It's like, I would suck at sales if I did it that way too. Right. It's like Cameron Greenbaum. I was talking to him on the coaching call today or yesterday. And he's like, dude, my ads are popping. Like they're doing so well. I'm getting these qualified law firms, people who are interested in working with me. I'm getting these types of people on the phone and it's easy to have these conversations. And we reviewed some of the sales calls and honestly, he's doing fairly well. There's a couple tweaks that we're going to make, but he's like, this is a lot easier when people are coming to you and like not having to chase them down.
Right. Yep.
When the people get in the
sales
scarcity mindset when they don't have an abundance of leads because they feel like they have to take every job that comes over or comes across their plate.
Yep. Yeah. No, absolutely. You're absolutely right. It's like you feel like you don't have, like you said, abundance or like you don't have a lot to you don't have any leverage in the conversation because you don't have anybody else, knocking at your door. But when you're like, man, I got a call now, I got a call in 20 minutes, I got a call in an hour after that, then you kind of can lean back and be like, hey, why did you come to me? What are you looking for? How can I help? Right. But But yeah, Evan, how have you seen that maybe shift people's perspective when they start getting those types of like inbound leads in?
Yeah, no, I mean, I think it's kind of like Ethan was saying, it's like a morale thing, right, for yourself. Because when you're doing the dreaded outbound, right, whether it's through, DMs, messaging people, emailing them, cold calling, which I know that like everybody hates that. It's that I think that takes a toll on you faster than like trying and failing at ads,
Mm,
right? Like trying and failing at ads, like when I say failing, I just mean like it doesn't work right out of the gate usually
yeah.
until you kind of hone in certain aspects of it, right? But I think it's more debilitating when it's the cold stuff, just like you just fall on your face every time because nobody
It's a lot of rejection.
nobody likes a cold call salesman or a door knocker or anything like that. It takes a lot of personality to overcome that, and some people are built for that. I'm not going to discredit that. Like you can't make that happen, but it's not sustainable
Yeah.
in the long run.
Yeah.
I don't think.
One of the new setters that we have on the team, or someone, I don't know. I'm trying to remember actually if it was the same person, but there was actually somebody we were talking to that did door-to-door sales.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, man, this is going to be so easy for you to be an appointment setter when leads are coming into you.
Right.
It's like a completely different ball game because you're dealing with people who actually want to speak with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
door to
Pressure's
door
way
is
off at that
rough.
point.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying the pressure is just kind of way off at that
Yeah.
point. Like you don't feel like you need it. Like Ethan was saying, like I
Yep.
need to take this job or I need to get it.
Yep.
And even at that, like because I know from experience, starting as a student here, right? Like I went through that where it was like, oh yeah, I've got all this stuff in place, and then like I'm just gonna get on calls and it's gonna be magical. And it's like it doesn't always happen that way. Like
Yeah.
Cameron, like you've got to tweak
Yep.
how he's responding and certain parts of what he's saying and
Yeah,
things
like he was
that.
solution dropping a lot in the beginning. Like they hopped on, they're like, "Hey, how are you?" And he's like, "Hey, like here's what I do. Here's how
Yeah.
it works." I'm like, "No. Like,
Yeah.
you need to be like, "Hey, what's going on? How
Yeah.
can I help? Tell me more about you." And
Yeah.
I think for a lot of people, like the first half of that call should be all about them. You should say nothing about yourself. Be like, "Hey,
Yeah.
what are you looking for? How can I help? What does that look like?" Right? And I think a lot of times people they get excited and they're like, "Man, I would love to tell you about what I do," but they don't
Right.
care yet because you haven't built any leverage in discovery. You know what I mean?
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Which is absolutely huge. I see you guys watching. I see some people lurking. We gotta get some questions here. I was talking to Taryn Adams yesterday. He's like, "Dude, I entered your funnel back in 2023,
Yeah,
and I've been seeing your stuff."
I just
And I
talked to him on my group call, and
Did you?
I had his first sales call with him back in.
I
back in-
asked him that, dude. I was like, "Who took your first sales call?" He was like, "Ethan." I was like, "Oh my god, that was back when Ethan was taking sales calls. Now we have a whole team."
Yeah, Ethan, I think you took mine too.
Did
Yes,
Ethan take yours?
Yeah.
Closed
Yeah.
Evan. Yep.
Yeah.
Now you
Yep.
can't talk to Ethan unless you get on the inside.
I know,
And
right?
you like work with us.
Well, I told Taryn too. It was like, that's the power of follow up and emails and social.
Yeah, he's like,
content.
"I've been seeing your content and I've been getting your emails and I've been following up." And I think it's a good like sign for other people. It's like never stop following up. Like Dan DeLeon was telling me he followed up with this lead for like months. And it was just through like the automated emails that he was sending out through the system, I think, or something like that. And like it wasn't like a ton of work for him, but then the lead was eventually like, "Hey, I'm ready to buy." Like, and he thought of Dan first. And I think a lot of people are like, they don't follow up. They're like, if someone says no, they're like, "Never mind, I'm going on to the next." They don't understand my value, right? It's
Right,
like, dude,
right.
the value is on the burden of the value is on us to
Yeah.
show the client, right?
Yeah.
It's not on the client. The client is like gracing you with their presence of giving you some time and like a little bit of their attention. You need to show them how the value is going to be applied to them. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's
I
not,
think that's
it's not if, it's when.
Yeah. Movement 365 says, "Hey guys, great stuff. I'm already deep into GHL. If I come on board with you guys, how does that work? Do you guys use snapshots? What kind of technical onboarding support do you offer?" Yes, good question. So we have a full snapshot that we've built over the past 4 or 5 years that includes our AI systems, our follow-up systems, our email systems, like the same systems that I don't know if you saw our case study of like Max Engage, who closed $556K working with us, but everything that we have that we do with them is the same thing that our clients get inside the program. And then Mr. Evan Andrews here. I don't know why the nameplates aren't on. Hold on, let me see if I can get it.
That's your end,
That is my end.
not my end.
Show display names. No, it's not showing. Mr. Evan Andrews is your support with all of the CRM, and you can hop on. He has coaching calls every day, going over what time are they at? Like 5 p.m.
Well, Eastern time, yeah, about 5. Today is my early day, so I'm on at like 3.
Yep. And then you also, if you work with us one-on-one inside the program, you get a dedicated Slack channel where we can answer all those questions and make sure that you're good to go there. But yeah, if you have any questions now, happy to answer anything you have now around like what you're doing. Are you running ads right now? Are you what kind of clients do you work with? What's your niche? What does that look like? And then we could probably give you some helpful tips around that as well. Let me see. You know why? It's because I enabled the comment. That's why our names went off. I was like, what is going on? But yeah, so that is what we do. And then if you have any questions on that, let us know. But yeah, I think a lot of people underestimate the follow-up and like how much time it really does take to kind of get a lead nurtured. And then the other thing I was going to say, what a lot of people aren't doing as well is they aren't sending people like nurture content before the call. Like they're just booking the call and they're like, okay, show up. Like,
yeah,
I'll see you there. You better close. Right.
Yep.
And it's like, dude, your close rate could be so much higher if you had some YouTube trainings on like your strategy, how you use video strategy to help them get more clients, like client case studies, like proof of concept. Like you send them some of that stuff prior to the call. So by the time they hop on the call, they're already pre-sold and ready to buy. And they're just like, how much is it? Like, what does this look like? Right.
Or asking, did you watch the VSL instead of just assuming that everybody watches?
Yeah, hey, did you watch that video we sent over prior? Like, what did you think of it? Well, what were your thoughts? Oh, yeah, I thought it was great because of this, this, and this. Cool. Like, we're not starting off the call with like, okay, what is it that you guys do? And like, how does that work? It's like, if you guys are getting calls like that, like you're not nurturing or pre-framing them the right way in any way.
Right.
No.
And I was talking to Hassan the other day as well. And he's a little bit more advanced. They're doing about 100K, 120K a month right now in their video agency. They're based out of Texas, Austin, how far are you from Austin, Evan?
Like 2 hours.
Okay. So you're a little bit further from there.
Yeah.
But with them, like his biggest thing at that point is like they were getting leads from ads and they were closing some deals. I think they were closing at like 15%. But the main problem they were having is like they were sending both qualified and unqualified traffic back to the pixel, and they were optimizing around both qualified and unqualified. So their lead cost was super cheap, but their show up rate was like absolutely not good.
Oh,
like,
so all their data was going.
Yeah,
back.
so all their data was going back there.
Yeah.
And like basically they were getting cheap leads, but like their lead to booking rate, I think, was like 6 to 7%, somewhere around there. And the problem is like they just weren't booking a ton of calls. Those calls would no show. They were not that good of quality. Literally, we came in, we implemented some conditional logic on the form, and then literally like the next day, what did he tell me? He said that their lead to booking rate was like 27%. So it went from 6% to like 27% overnight. And the 4 or 5 leads that they got are all doing over 75K a month in their businesses and need content right now. Right. And it's like, dude, they were less leads, but go ahead.
And they weren't running a lead form, or it was up.
They were doing it. So they were doing the lead form, but they were optimizing around both qualified and unqualified. They had no conditional logic built into the form to only send back the qualified people. Right. And so like they were doing okay, but their ROAS, their return on ad spend was not as good as it could have been. Even doing 6 figures a month. Right. So we made that change, and I'm excited to see how the closes go with that, with those people, because you're only talking to people who are qualified. The other issue was their appointment setters were just kind of burning out because like they were just churning through them because these leads were not super qualified as well. So, yeah. And then the other thing we're going to implement with him is more like app grading. So like call grading. So like who are the best calls? When should those be taken? Moving those people around, all that jazz. That's the biggest thing. That's the biggest thing there for them. So, I mean, a lot of things that kind of come down to getting qualified leads, but that conditional logic is super important. Let me see some questions over here. Hey guys, my niche is martial arts gyms. How do you set up where leads come to you? So you have to run ads, Howard Studios official. So you would run an ad that was something like, hey, if you're a martial arts gym and you need more leads and more clients and you need a consistent way to bring those people in, we'll come in and implement our video system for your martial arts gym so you can get more clients, book more people, XYZ. If you're interested in learning about how the system works, click the link below, schedule a demo with our team, and then have them go to a lead form, have conditional logic on the lead form, have them put in their name, email, phone number, and then have them book a call. And then now you're getting qualified inbound booked calls. Pretty simple. It's simple, but it's not easy. There's a lot of nuance to it, which is why we obviously work with our clients. But like that is the overarching how you do it. So let me know if that makes sense. What else? I don't want to yap the whole time. Ethan, what you got?
Well, I guess on the topic of ads, I was going over actually with some guy Taryn of kind of reverse engineering everything. Like we were going through an ad campaign that he had run for a past solar company because he has a call later this afternoon, and we were going through like, what's your cost per lead, and how much ad spend do I need to put in to get this amount of leads per month, and then like show up rate, and just basically reverse engineering and seeing like, okay, if we want to make this amount of money, what do we need to put into it to get this much out of it?
Mm-hmm.
And just factoring in show up rate, and like we were just talking about booking rates and all that jazz. There's so much more to it than just I'm going to spend this amount of money and see what happens. Like you have to know your numbers.
Yeah, you have to know like what's your cost per lead, how many calls are getting booked, what's the cost per call, what's your close rate, what's your average cash collected. And like people don't do that financial modeling to where it's like you have to model it out. Like if you don't know what those numbers are, you're just going to spend money and not make anything back. But you have to model it out and understand, okay, if I spend this much money, here's my cost per lead, here's my cost per call, here's my show up rate, here's my close rate, and here's what I close on average. And then you can model out whatever it is that you want to hit. If I want to hit $200,000 a month, I model it out. Okay, great. I need this many leads, this many calls. I need to actually talk to this many people. And then I turn that many people into, each person closes at, I don't know, 10K. And then I need 20 people to close at 20 times 10K is 200K. Boom, right there.
And then you can identify any bottlenecks either. Like, is it
right? I'm like, oh shoot, my lead to booking is not good. Like, I need to change that, or I need to fix that, or my close rate's really bad. Maybe I should work on that. It's like you just got to figure out what those things are and how you can make those changes at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah. What else? I'm going through our Slack here, seeing what other kind of questions or things that we have highlighted here. I think the other big thing that we were talking about with one of our clients too is like, don't get stuck working in your business. Like too many people are like, man, I can't scale because I'm just so busy. I'm like, okay, great. But like, how much are you making? And has that gone up as you get busier? It's like, no, I'm not making any more money, even though I'm super busy. Like means you're probably not working on the right things. The goal is to buy back the time, hire other people, and then level up to that next revenue generating activity. If like every year or every month you're not growing, you're not focusing on the right things, and that's hard for a lot of people to accept, I think.
Yep. Or I've seen more often, or not maybe a lot of the time, is sometimes people don't charge enough to be able to outsource something. Yeah. Like they don't charge enough to pay an editor.
And they're like, man, this is enough money for me. It's like, yeah, that's cool, but it's not enough money to hire someone to do it for you. You got to build it with the end in mind, and you have to build it with the purpose of like, if I couldn't do any of this work, and I still had to make some money on these projects, what would I need to price my project at? Right.
Yep. Exactly.
Not running ads yet. Need a better acquisition system. I work with specialty surgeons. That's a great niche. We have a lot of clients in the medical niche you would absolutely crush it, dude. Like, and I don't say that just because I'm trying to hype up our program or anything, which I might be. I'm biased. I think it's the best program ever. I've worked so long and so hard making this the best program. I would say for you, man, like get into our program. Let's work on basically building out an ads funnel for specialty surgeons. I have a lot of clients that work in the medical. Actually, one of the clients I just recorded the 556K deal with, or case study with, they've closed 556K since November working in medical. So like, I would definitely do ads. Organic is a freaking grind, man. It is a grind. I would
say the key word in the question there too is video coaching program. An ad expert is not an expert in your video business either.
That's true. They're different ads, 100%.
Yep.
Yeah. The biggest thing, run ads. Hey, if you're this type of surgeon and you're looking for this type of result, and we would help you script that, obviously. click the link below, schedule a demo with our team, see if we can possibly help. We put conditional logic into the form, make sure you're getting good quality. You get on the phone with those people, you pitch them a retainer. You're probably not charging as much as you should be charging. If you can, drop how much you're charging in the chat. I'd love to know. And I'd love to know how you're pitching it. I'm just gonna do a live coaching call on this thing. And then just close those deals, and then we model it out, right? Like for Max Engage, they spent $10K on ads. They made $556,000 in cash back. Like that's a return, right? I would rather put money into a system and get money out than have to grind on organic. And organic's important, but it's not like the end all be all. You know what I mean? Yeah. Cool. Let us know if you have any questions. Drop your prices. If you want, like DM me afterwards on Instagram, and I'd love to help and see if we could possibly help. Rocco Musica says, hi. I have 4 clients. I'm making $2,000 a month. Do you have a program for people like me? Potentially, I guess. Are you a video business, or what specifically? What kind of like industry do you operate in? Is what I would say. If you have 4 clients and you're only making $2,000 a month, that would mean you're charging $500 per client. I would look at why you're charging so low, and see what the deal is there, and see how you can increase you run a video business. Go to the link in our bio and click that like schedule demo button, and our team can kind of speak with you. But as far as like what you're doing, are you charging $500 a month per client? That's what I would be curious to know. Because if you are, you're not charging enough.
Yeah, and what the deliverables.
Yeah, and what are the deliverables? If you can let us know as well. Just trying to figure out the best juice to squeeze ratio. Yeah, man, ads. Like, just get some ads up, launch some ads, get qualified booked calls, take the calls, close the calls. It's simple. Simple scales, fancy fails. Like, don't overcomplicate it. A lot of people kind of get in their head. They're like, man, I need to have a new website, new logo. I need to do this. I need to do that. It's like, bro, literally, like Max Engage, 550. I know I keep harping on this. I love these guys. 556K. They didn't even have a goddamn website. They had a funnel. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't even have a homepage, guys. Like,
well, I think we talked about it last week. Like before they got their first big retainer with us, they were like, "We want to change our ads," and you told them,
"Hell no, hell no, we're not doing that." I was like, "We're not changing your ads." And then the next day, they closed like 76K in deals. Or something. No, dude, no, we're not changing that. Rocco says, "I make reels for realtors." That is your first problem.
Yeah.
Evan, I'm tired of yapping. Why is it a bad idea to work with realtors? And we love you, man. We want to see you make more money. So that's why we're
So in my experience, people in real estate, the realtors themselves, even the brokerage owners to some extent, they are relatively cheap, right? Just because most of the media that they're used to, right, is like photography for like the Zillow listing or, whatever it is. Right. And then you go in, and if you don't have a way to say, this is how the videos for social or whatever you're putting together work in tandem to bring you more leads, right? They just don't want to pay the dollar amounts that you probably want to charge for what you feel like your value is. Now, there's some of that needs to be looked at with a fine tooth comb of where is the value in there, because you can make it make sense. Yeah. But the biggest issue too is the time cycle with real estate, because it takes so long for it can take, even just on the low end, it can take as fast as maybe a month to sell a home in the traditional manner. Maybe
it's also with a $500,000 house, they're making 3% on that.
3 or 4%,
a couple $1,000.
Yeah.
Here's my question: you could do the same amount of work for like a cosmetic dentist as you could for a realtor, and with a cosmetic dentist, you could literally our clients are charging 40 to 50K for 6 months. 40 to 50K for 6 months of content for a cosmetic dentist. Would you rather do that or grind out like a couple $100 a video for a realtor?
Yeah.
Same amount of work either way. You're doing the same amount of work. I would rather get paid a lot more for my time.
Yeah.
The niche is super important. So honestly, man, I would change your niche. You could have like 2 clients and you could probably make 10K a month, 5K a month each. If they were both like either surgeons or cosmetic dentists or law firms or home service companies, like people who actually charge for a service. Realtors are rough. It's a volume game, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not hating on like real estate media or anything. I just think that it is a volume game, and you have to be willing to like do a lot of volume. And like with our game, it's like our guys don't want to do a lot of volume. They want to do like 5 clients and make like 30K a month or like 40K a month with like the same 5 clients every month. Right. So that's my advice to you. If you want help with that, click the link in our bio, schedule a demo. We can kind of show you the niches that look that are the right niches and the ones that our clients are scaling in. Peyton says, just starting out, we were charging $2,500 a month for ad management. Thank you guys. I'm going to check the link in your bio. You guys rock for sure. We're just starting out, charging $2,500 a month for ad management with a $1,000 onboarding fee and an add-on option of $2,500 for Instagram, Facebook content creation management. Thoughts? Who are you targeting? Is it just like businesses, or are you targeting a specific niche? Because that's going to matter a lot, Peyton.
But I would also position it where it's like all packaged together.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Like
I wouldn't
all
do
of
the
the
like. I wouldn't do
add-ons
the
and all-
nickel and
you can
dime
do this,
thing.
you can do that. It's
Yeah.
not systemized to where it's like it works like this.
And the big thing I would say, and Movement, I don't know how your Movement 365, I don't know how you're packaging your stuff or if you're still on here, but the thing I would say is do like a 6 month. Like with Max Engage, we found that we did a 3 month, a 6 month, and a 12 month. And it was like everyone always chose the 12 month. So we just only sold the 12 month. So what I would do is do like a 6 month package and be like, if you're doing $2,500 a month, let's do the math. 2,500 times 6 is 15K. I would just be like, hey, it's a 6 month package and it's 15K. That's it.
Yep.
And then shut up. Just shut up. Don't say anything. Oh, is that monthly? Let's do a little role play real quick, Evan. It's so we have a 6 month program or 6 month option where we create all the content, we do the ads management, we do X amount of reels every single month for you. It's just 6 months. It's 15K.
That's a little bit more than I was expecting. How does that work as far as do I have to pay that all up front, or how do you guys normally handle that?
Yeah, so most of our clients pay up front. But did you need a payment plan on that?
I mean, I definitely would have to crunch some numbers, but it would obviously make it easier for me to be able to pay that in pieces rather than all up front. But
Sure.
you know,
I guess money aside though, like, do you feel like what we went over, creating the content, is actually going to help your medical practice bring in more patients, attract more people? Like, how do you feel about it specifically, the strategy?
yeah, well, I mean, I definitely think that it could work. We've never done anything in that sphere before, just because we don't know the know-how. So, I mean, I think it's something that could work, but because I don't have any background or we've never done anything before, like I really don't know. But I really think it could.
Okay, gotcha. I mean, if you feel like this is the right fit for you, like, I guess when you say you need to break it up, what could you possibly put down towards that? And then we could talk about potentially breaking some stuff up on the back end there.
Got it. Yeah. No, I mean, I could probably, I don't know, maybe about a third of it now, and then we can figure out how the rest of that might break down if that's something that might work for you guys.
Sure. Pause. So always pitch that price, because I do most of our clients pay up front, but did you need a payment plan? And then I'm going to now get 5K down instead of, if you just go monthly, oh, it's 2,500 a month. You have nowhere to go.
Nowhere to go.
Like,
Yeah.
go lower. Right.
Yep.
So like, I always go full package. Then I go, okay, we can do monthly if you need to. Or I like in between there, I say, what can you put down? And oftentimes they'll tell you a higher amount that they can get started with right now versus, you just chunking down to your monthly and then hurting your cash collected there. Right.
Yeah.
So Peyton, what I would do is just pitch come up with a set time, because it's not going to be beneficial for them to work with you for only 1 month. They're not going to get any results.
Oh yeah.
Do like either a 3 month or a 6 month. And
My
be like,
bottom
we
is
only
a
do 3
4.
or 6 month.
Yeah.
Or
My bottom
4.
is 4, because I have to, especially if we're running ads, right? Like there's a little bit of build out that has to happen in the beginning.
Yeah.
And I want to at least run ads for them for a solid 3 months.
Mhm.
So I do it at 4 minimum. But and then give them like a price if they could, like after the 4 months is done, then it's like, okay, well, this is what it looks like to finish out the rest of like a 12-month year, calendar year. And then we can, go through that when that time comes. But I start minimum at a 4.
Yeah. Absolutely. For sure. We got to run here, guys, but what other questions do you have for us? How can we help? Hopefully this is helpful for you guys as far as like getting more clients, the sales process, pricing, packaging. We've seen it all. And we can probably help with whatever issues you have. We'll take any last questions and then we got to wrap it up here. Let's see. Peyton says, thank you. You got it. Rocco says, thank you guys. Check that link in your bio. If you guys want to learn more about what we do and how we actually help our clients on like a one-to-one basis, click the link in the bio. Or if you're on YouTube or Instagram or YouTube or LinkedIn or Facebook, there should be a link below this video. And we can help you guys out with anything you need. Outside of that, going once on comments or questions. Going twice. All right, guys. Let me know if there's anything you need. We'll talk to you in a bit, and hopefully this was helpful. See you guys.
Peace out.
And to answer the last question, yes, we help with scaling.
I'm feeling like a brand new me. Brand new, brand new. Brand new, brand new. I blew away the clouds I was standing under. Traded all my rainy days for a little summer.